when you're looking for KitchenAid innovation and quality. Who has the answers, the selection, the price? Ventura TV Appliance. With billions in nationwide appliance buying power, more than Home Depot and Best Buy combined, we'll help you save. Our low prices on Energy Star qualified KitchenAid appliances save you energy and money, and pay no interest on select models when paid in full within 12 months. Ventura TV Appliance, serving you since 1951.
Hi, I'm John Malice. Welcome to this live edition of Connect with Me here on the showroom floor at Ventura TV on this day. And once again, we're talking politics. We're talking with a candidate who's running for city council in District Number 7. He's running against the incumbent, of course, Clint Olivier and Mike Wells. Mike was on this program. Clint, no. Your phone calls are important. 436-MeTV option 11. Do turn down the sound. You're welcome to call in. Hey, this is a live edition of Connect with Me as opposed to the previous program that you were just watching. Back in a moment. We're back here live on Connect with Me on the showroom floor on this day. We're talking politics once again. District number 7, of course, Fresno City Council. You can call in at 436-MeTV option 11. And, you know, this is a kind of an interesting race, at least it has been the last week or so. Let's show all the districts in Fresno. It's a big area, obviously. You've seen the districts before. This is how it all stacks up when you put them together on a map. And you can see where District 7 is located, right in the heart of the city. Let's take a look at that map of District 7, and there it comes right there. You know, the biggest problem in this district that you have right now is crime. And a lot of people are saying that these problems that are going on in District 7 are not being addressed by the incumbent and have been ignored for the past 4 years. The incumbent, of course, is Clint Olivier, the former newscaster, broadcaster at Channel 30 and at Channel 26. We asked him to come on this program. He agreed and then backed out. Mike Wells was here last week, and now we have another candidate in the studio talking about his run for the Council District Number 7. Mauro Saldate is here live in the studio. You are welcome to call in. We'll get his background, talk to him about the issues that are going on in the city of Fresno, ask him about, you know, that mailer that went out a couple of weeks ago with Mike Wells. 436-MeTV option 11. If you want to join the conversation today, just keep in mind the 1030 program is live. It's always live. We're back in just a moment. You can call in. Turn down the sound, though, if you do. Back in a moment.
Now, why don't you tell us the whole story right from the beginning? All right, from the beginning. This is the city, Los Angeles, California. My name's Friday. I carry a badge. Police officers.
You any idea who the other man was?
My partner's Bill Gannon.
Program?
We got just one big question.
Yeah.
When?
Now on MeTV Fresno, Xfinity 187.
We're back here with our guest. So what is the correct pronunciation? Mauro?
Mauro
Saldate.
Saldate.
All right. So do you know both candidates?
Yes, I do.
And you know Art Gonzalez is also running.
Art Gonzalez is also running.
Yeah. So basically a four-man race. It's Clint Olivier, Mike Wells, yourself, and Art Gonzalez.
Yes.
We haven't had Art on before, but Clint is refusing to come on. Asked me never to contact him again for whatever reason. Well, I called him a flip-flopper, so I guess he's a little thin-skinned. Anyway, we have a phone call? Oh, we don't? Oh, okay. Anyway, we'll get into that later in the program. So tell me about your background and why you're running.
Born and raised here in Fresno, California. For the past 13 years, I've been working at American Ambulance as an EMT, currently detailing units, just so I could run for council, District 7. A couple years ago, I decided to run for our district. I didn't like the way the incumbent was voting. I believe he should have voted the other ways. One of the things was Measure G. At first, he was no, he didn't want it. Then he made a deal with the mayor, and then he decided to go ahead and vote yes.
A lot of people call him a flip-flopper on Measure G. Do you see it the same way?
I don't know if I would say flip-flopper. I know some people are touchy about what they're getting called, but yeah, to vote one way and then to vote another way, depending on if you're getting what you want, yeah.
Yeah. Does it bother you? Let me put that picture up of Olivier one more time. Does it bother you to see that picture and know that that picture is on a billboard with the KMPH news set? Is that a little bit unethical? It's almost as if KMPH is endorsing him for his run for office.
Some people, if that's what they have, that's what they're going to use. That's up to them.
Yeah.
I've seen worse stuff.
Yeah. What else are you upset about in terms of, maybe not upset is not the right word, but disenchanted with the way things have gone at District 7 with the incumbent? What other votes are you unhappy with? There must be a laundry list.
Yeah, there's a lot of different things. To try to pick them out, it's kind of hard. Some of the things that I was hoping for them to change or to fix was like some of the way the houses are, the rentals. JD Homes, for instance, they have a lot of rentals. They're not keeping them up.
What about Darius Assemi? He's got a few down there too.
As long as they're being kept up, I'm okay with it. But some of the ones
Are you worried about? Okay, let me use the term. Are you worried about slumlords?
Yes, that because the slumlords, they don't take care of the property. That brings down the value of the house around them, and then it also lets people know that it's vacant. It brings in a lot of the homeless people, gang violence. A lot of things can happen.
What did you want Clint to do about it that he didn't do?
Well, he hasn't done anything about it that I know of.
Well, what do you want him to do?
To get on JD Homes and make them to start taking care of the property. That way, it'll clean up the neighborhoods.
Have you spoken to him about this?
You can try to speak to someone about it, but you don't always get a text or a phone call back.
You tried texting him?
I've texted him on several different issues, and I haven't gotten anything back. And I've tried calling the office, and I've gotten no response back.
Okay. And there are other issues that you wanted to talk to him about, right?
Yes.
Such as?
Homeless. There's several things that we can do for the homeless there. He's called me back on that. I met with him on that as well, but just he doesn't have time to actually get things done right now because he wants to go out and make sure. Yes.
Yeah. You know, a lot of people look at the city council, the makeup of the council. There are certain council members that side with the mayor. And let me ask you a tough question, because I've thought about this with other candidates too. Is Olivier nothing more than kind of a lapdog for the mayor at this point?
You could say that at times.
I don't want to say that. Are you saying that?
I'm saying that he sides with the mayor when, from what I've seen, he sides with the mayor when he's getting what he wants. And to pay to I know in politics you got to give. You scratch my back, I scratch yours. But a lot of that needs to stop. It needs to be more about what's best for Fresno.
As opposed to pleasing someone else who's in office.
Exactly.
And making all these trade-offs.
Exactly.
Okay, I want to go through some of these issues that you may or may not agree with, but I want to put them up on the screen anyway. I want to go through, let's start with the Fulton Mall. That's another big issue right there. They decided to use, what, $17 million federal money? Yay or nay on opening this up? Was that a good decision?
Yes, I believe it was.
It was?
Yes.
I'm going to get to that in a moment. Okay. Take a call. Good morning, caller. You're on the air. Quickly, what's your question?
My question is this. Does he believe, your guest, that if the city council would vote to make sure that nobody can run for office other than the office they already hold? In other words, Mayor Swearington has to quit so that she can run for the state controller. We do not have the right, or she does not have the right to use our taxpayers' money to run for public office. She can't wear two hats.
Okay, so what your question is what specifically?
Okay. Is he going to vote for an amendment to make sure that nobody can run for any office other than the office they currently hold?
Okay. Thank you.
In her case, if she wants to run for state controller, I would say she would have to do it on her own time, not during our time. No, it has to be. She has a job to do right now. I understand that she may be looking for her future. Just like with any other job, if you know your job is going to end, you need to start looking for work other place. That's up to her how she does it, as long as it's not on our time.
All right, you mentioned the Fulton Mall. You thought it was a good idea.
Yes.
Convince me and our viewers that opening up the Fulton Mall is going to bring business down and it's going to improve the area. How is that going to do that?
If you put a street down there, whether it be a one-way or two-way street, you're going to have more traffic going down there. That's going to clean up some of the homeless there, or some of the violence that's going on over there, because it's just.
So you agree that the Fulton Mall should be opened up to cars?
Yes. When you have the cars going through there, you're going to have more people going in there to the business. They can drive by. If they want to stop, they can park closer to the stores. That's an issue for a lot of people. That's one of the reasons why I kind of don't go down there, is because of that.
Everyone is complaining about parking and has been complaining about parking for years, especially those who go to the Grizzly games. Remember a few years ago they were giving parking tickets out there. Oh, yeah. So, okay, they open it up to cars. Now, where are you going to park?
If they put a one-way street, I'm pretty sure they can put spots where you can park, kind of like Clovis downtown.
With parking meters, I assume.
Most likely it's going to be parking meters.
Yeah, and you agree with that, huh? Let's just let's charge them if they want to park.
Yeah, I think it'll bring a lot of better businesses.
And you wonder why people don't go downtown.
It's all about money.
I wouldn't go downtown if I got to pay to park. I'm not going to do that.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of businesses down there. I know there's some companies that they were talking about. They're just coming down there. It's good. It's good to expand.
Okay. All right. Another call. Good morning. You're on with our guest today. What's your question?
Yes. First, I'd like to say I'm glad you mentioned up the question about parking, because that's a big reason why people don't go downtown. But second, you're talking about going down and tearing out a monumental, historical, Fulton Mall, and you're saying that you're going to, clean up the area with the crime and the homeless people, but all you're going to do is shift them somewhere else. That is not the answer. And that money that you're going to spend to go do that could go 100 other places. And I'd just like to know what you think about that.
Okay. Hey, good question. Thank you very much. Go ahead.
Okay, so the money that we're getting from the state is, I believe, federal. It's going to be used strictly for that. So if we try to use it somewhere else, they're not going to let us. It's either for this or you get no money. So that's.
Well, what about the homeless? They're going to go somewhere else if they can't go downtown.
And that's the thing that needs to be addressed. Yeah, there's the homeless. They tear down, I believe, 3 different encampments that the homeless have had, and they just move somewhere else. No matter what we do, the homeless are always going to move somewhere else.
So what's your idea to solve the homeless problem in Fresno? What do you do with them?
I think we need to actually address their needs. And I know some of them don't want to be helped. Some of them do want to be helped. They just don't know where the resources are.
What's your solution?
Find out what their issues are. If one of them needs mental health, then we need to help them. If they need if they're homeless due to economic hard times, then we need to see what we can do for them.
Yeah, all that costs money.
It does cost money, but if we find a lot of different organizations, we can work together and help them.
Yeah, and of course parking, I mentioned that already. That's why people don't go downtown. They don't want to pay to park, because they can go to River Park and park for free. All right. Good morning. You're on Connect with Me, caller. What's your question?
Yeah, I disagree on the individual regarding opening up the Fulton Mall. One of the reasons is once you try to open the Fulton Mall, you're going to have a lot of traffic for equipment that is demolishing the mall. The other business is going to be closing because they can't have no customers coming in. You'll be using a lot of water to put the dust down, and with short of water, you open up the mall. If it does open, you're going to have pollution in the air where the city council and the mayor claims they want to stop that. So I think it's a big mistake because it's just an art and it should be preserved.
Okay. All right. What do you think?
Well, one of the things that they were going to try to do is, in one of the plans, was to save, I believe, 14 of the art monuments that we have down there.
Yeah.
I think if we do something like that, it would be nice to have to keep some of our history there. But something needs to be done down there, and I just believe, for me, that putting a street down there we would benefit from.
I think people just say, look, opening up the Fulton Mall is not going to bring people downtown. If they have to pay to park, if they've still got issues with downtown, that's not going to make a difference. But we'll talk about that on the other side of the break. We're talking with Mauro Saldate, and he is running for City Council, District number 7, 436 MeTV, option 11. Do call in, do turn down the sound.
When you like Ventura TV Appliance on Facebook, it's nice. But when you love the Whirlpool appliances we deliver, it's even better. Our website is cool, and it's a good place to start. But you really should touch the merchandise before you buy. Touch the new Whirlpool Ice Collection. It offers a modern style made to create an inspiring kitchen experience. Save big on this Whirlpool Black Ice or White Ice kitchen. Come in to Ventura TV Appliance and touch the merchandise today.
We're back here with our guest today and talking about District 7 and some of the problems in the city of Fresno. So trying to solve some of this, some of the major issues, of course. And there's another vote that took place recently here. There was a big vote, which is the reason Clint Olivier got all bent out of shape with me because I called him a flip-flopper on BRT. It's the bus system. And so BRT is going to, service one small area in town along Blackstone. $37 million project. Again, it's not Fresno money, belongs to the feds, but still, is this the right move? I mean, if we're going to spend $37 million, shouldn't we be spending maybe a little bit more and fix the whole fax system? Well, Fresno Area Express, that would be?
Yeah, and one of the things on the first vote back in January, I was against it because it was something that we can't afford at the time. You're looking at,
but it's not our money.
Well, it's not our money to make it and to get it in place, but to maintain it after the third year.
To maintain it, it's
going to be our money.
To build it, it's their money.
Exactly.
Well, it's still kind of our money because it's federal money. It's still our money. But I mean, you know what I mean.
Just think if it's going to cost $3.4 million to maintain, roughly. A year.
Yeah, I heard a little bit more than that.
Okay,
but go ahead.
You figure on the first one in January, it's going to go up and down Kings Canyon and up Blackstone to Shaw. And if the Fresno Air Express brings in, for all of Fresno, roughly $10 million throughout Fresno, do you really think the BRT would bring in the 3.4?
I don't know. I heard it's going to cost upwards of $5 million or more to maintain it. So I don't know. Maybe that's a little on the high end, but that's what someone told me.
Yeah, and that was the whole reason why back in January I was against it. Now, from what I understand, BRT is going to be, they voted again.
Yeah, and they voted for it, and Olivier changed his vote because he said, oh, it's going to change everything. You don't even know the issue. And I said, yeah, I know the issue. The buses are going to be smaller. The stations will be further apart. And
so this one is going to be better serving Fresno then. It's going to go up and down Shaw, Blackstone, and Kings Canyon, from what I understand.
Yeah, I believe you're right, but still, it serves a very small portion of our city.
It is, and
for $37 million.
Well, and it's coming from the federal, so it's not our money yet.
Well, it is our money.
Well,
it's just,
it is, but we're not,
technically it's our money.
We don't have to maintain it, and the thing about that is, once this is in place, we can start better estimating our fax
So you're
system.
in favor of it?
I am, yes.
Okay.
Of this revised version, yes.
All right. Okay.
I'm not trying to flip-flop on you.
No, I'm not calling you a flip-flop. You didn't have a vote. You didn't vote.
Not yet.
Not yet. Anyway, put up a picture of Mark Standrift, and he's the new public relations officer for the city of Fresno. And so this guy gets hired out of Sacramento. He worked for the Republican Party up there. He was a spokesperson. He gets hired by Ashley for $125,000 a year. I'm sure that's more than you make, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, so what do you think about the move here?
Getting him, I think, was a good idea. He's
really.
I've heard some things on the radio about him, what he's going to be doing, and I've
What's
liked
he
what I've
going to be
heard.
doing for $125,000 a year?
He's going to be basically notifying the people of what's going on. He's going to be.
Heck, I could do that for $125,000 a year.
Yeah, he's going to redo the
I could send
County
emails out, make statements in front of the media.
Yeah, and that's the whole thing is right now it's not getting done, and hopefully everything that he's supposed to be doing.
They had a guy in place for half the amount. They had to go outside of Fresno to get somebody. There wasn't anyone qualified in Fresno for less money. I find it hard to believe.
If he was doing it for that much, I wasn't aware of what was going on. A lot of the stuff that was going on, I had no idea.
Yeah. So you're in favor of the move?
I am.
Okay. And we already talked about the mayor running for state controller. You think that she should not do that unless it's on her own time.
Exactly.
For the most part. And there's the mayor. Overall, what kind of a job do you think she's done?
I think she's doing the best job she can with what was given to her. The prior, I know the BRT was something that Autry had applied for back in the day, and everyone was saying that it was hers, but it was actually Autry's thing.
Yeah.
So with what she's doing, I think she's doing a good job.
Okay. We're talking with Mauro. I get it right? Mauro?
Close.
Pretty close.
Yeah.
Mauro Saldate. He is running for City Council, District number 7, 436, MeTV, option 11. Hey, we got plenty of time left. Do call in and do turn down the sound. Plenty of more issues to talk about here on the table in District 7.
Don't you ever hit me again!
Chief, I think we got a hit on our hands.
MeTV Fresno, now on Comcast Channel 187.
All right, back here on the show on Connect with Me in District 7. So the biggest problem in District 7, at least from my judgment, I don't live in District 7. However, I know that there is a lot of crime there. And we already talked about the homeless. They're part of the problem. Not all of the homeless are involved in crimes, but a lot of them have mental issues. A lot of them have drug problems. It turns to crime. But do you have gang problems that you're worried about in District 7?
Yes. There's a lot of shootings. A lot of shootings and
stabbings. A lot of shootings and stabbings in District 7. Yeah. And, Dyer, of course, is the police chief. You like him?
Yes.
Think he's Johnny on the spot?
I think he's doing a good job of...
You think him and the mayor get along? They don't see eye to eye, it doesn't seem, huh?
No, not all the time.
Not all the time. But listen, Dyer is not only a public relations guy, but he's a crime fighter. He talks tough, he acts tough, he is tough.
Exactly.
Can you see anyone else in that position?
No, I really can't at this point.
How do you deal with the crime there? I mean, if the police can't figure it out, what do we do?
We get together as neighbors, as a community, and we help each other out. That's one thing that needs to be done is create neighborhood watches, things like that. I mean, a lot of people say we'll just put more police out there, but that's not the key to doing things. I mean, you can have more. You don't think so? Well, I like having more police out there.
Right. But police presence.
Exactly. And all that's going to do is you're going to have, if you have calls on hold, you're going to have a faster response time now. But as for like break-ins and things like that, we need to get together as a community and help each other out that way.
Right. And I've heard this argument from a few people, and they say, look, and I know Jerry Dyer, and I know kind of the way he thinks. I mean, he's like an enforcer. Okay, more cops on the street, more police presence is going to tone everything down. On the other hand, I've heard the other side say, look, if you put more police presence in there, it may infuriate some people and maybe escalate things. How do you see it?
I see it as Jerry Dyer. And you put more out there, it's going to help.
It's
going to help, but also we need to have some community involvement as well.
Yeah, but are neighbors scared to get involved out there in District 7? Because there are a lot of mean folks out there.
Yeah, they are. They're scared that they're going to have retaliation. I mean, that's a given.
Yeah.
But, we need
so how does a council member get involved and tackle that issue?
You get together with the local police department, whether it be Southeast, get together with them and hold your neighborhood watch programs. And I mean, there's actually more than just that. You got Citizens on Patrol. I mean, there's a lot of really good programs out there, and it's just getting it out to the people, letting them know what's available.
Why isn't Clint Olivier getting involved in that then?
I have no idea. That's a good question.
As far as you know, he isn't getting involved in those types of things?
I think he's tried before. I don't know exactly to what extent he's at or how much he is involved. I know that he's been involving himself in the community. I just don't know if he's like doing it with the police or if it's just himself holding community meetings.
So he is doing something?
When I've sat down and had coffee with him, he was talking to people about holding community meetings, yes.
Yeah. Has he done that though? I'm just curious.
I haven't gotten any information in my neighborhood about it.
Yeah. Okay, your other opponent, Mike Wells, was here last week. We'll talk about that on the other side of the call here. Good morning, caller. You're on the air. Go ahead.
Hi, I caught that he's an EMT, and I was curious, has he ever done anything in politics before?
No, I haven't. I've always been...
Community groups, anything at all?
No.
You're a rookie, huh?
Yeah, this is my first step into politics.
You're very well-rounded for being a rookie.
I know. I was just going to say you're well-informed, well-educated, have a good job.
The thing that helped me a lot is, as an EMT, you see a lot. You mean I've been there day and night, and it's you're there helping the people when they really need you the most.
Yeah. For never being in politics, you know the issues pretty well. Thanks, caller.
I wish I could vote for you, but I'm not from city of Fresno. But you do impress.
Thank you.
Yeah, impressive candidate. So let's get back to Mike Wells, your other opponent. And so he was here last week talking about the Auschwitz photo, the mailer that went out. And just get your comments and your thoughts about it. We'll put the mailer up and show people what it looks like. And there it is. What are your thoughts there?
For me, if I was going to put a mailer out, I would take a picture of a house or a building in my district. I mean, it is the district that I'm running for, so you want to show what the blight looks like in the district, not somewhere else.
Yeah.
As for it being what it is,
Mike's fault? Mike's fault at this point?
Yeah, it was his fault because he authorized it, but he came and said he apologized for it. So
yeah.
I mean, it's now it's just all right. Let's try to move on.
Rookie mistake.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just kind of.
Hey, let's talk about the police department, because getting back to that, the city said a few years ago now, hey, you need to take a 6% cut. And the police came back and said, well, here's what we're going to offer you. We'll take a 6% pay cut across the board, but give us a 1-year contract extension. The city said no, and the two sides have not met since. Contract comes up next year. The question I have is, should the police take a 6% pay cut, and should they make those concessions when they're out there fighting crime?
Man, and that's a hard thing. I mean, they're out there supporting us. You know, they're out there making sure that we're safe. And
if you were on the council, would you vote to give them a pay cut?
No, I wouldn't.
You wouldn't?
No.
Even if the mayor twisted your arm, huh?
I mean, it has nothing to do with the mayor or what she wants or what another district council member wants.
What if you were getting pressure from all the other council members to vote a certain way, or the mayor?
Too bad for them. I mean, it's not about them. It's going to be what's best for the people, what's best for.
You support the police
us.
and Jerry Dyer, basically.
Yes.
And you believe that what they're doing is correct.
Yeah.
And you also believe that they need to get compensated for it.
Yes, I do. And then, you know what? And a lot of people are they're saying about how, well, there's a lot of incidents where they've used excessive force. A lot of the times they don't see what happened before that. They only see the aftermath. They don't see what took place. I've seen, being on scene of a call, how it escalates.
Yeah.
And sometimes
you're out there on the streets. You're almost like an officer because you work for American Ambulance, which they've been a guest on this show, by the way. Anyway, you have 30 seconds. Look in that camera there and say what you want to say to our viewers who may want to vote for you in District 7. Give out your phone number, your website, whatever you got. 30 seconds.
You can call me at 559-269-1346. You can find me on Facebook at facebook.com, Saldate for Council.
Okay, and we should vote for you, or they should vote for you. Why?
I'm all about the people. I'm not a politician. It's all about what's best for Fresno. Plain and simple.
All right. Mauro Saldate, thank you very much. I appreciate your time.
Appreciate it.
Thank you for coming in, and good luck to you in the race.
Thank you.
All right. We are going to be back with another edition of Connect with Me tomorrow. And we're talking politics once again. And then on Friday, Margaret Mims, the sheriff of Fresno County. Have a great day. See you back here on Connect with Me tomorrow. I thought Mauro
From the pages of history and the untamed prairies of a young nation comes one of television's and America's most memorable folk heroes.
Daniel Boone was a man, yes, a big man.
Well, you're Daniel Boone.
Yep. Fess Parker stars as the legendary Daniel Boone, with Ed Ames as his trusty sidekick, Mingo.
Pleasure indeed. A Kentuckian named Daniel Boone.
That's me.
Watch Daniel Boone, weekday mornings at 9, 8 Central on MeTV.